Hey, everybody, if you're tuning in, this is our live forum on holiday marketing. I'm Tim Fisk, Director of Brand Development with Summit Salon Business Center. We just have a couple people jumping in right now. We have Texas in the house. Hello, Texas. And Laura just popped in as well. So today, I really want to keep it casual. I want to have some conversations around what's worked for you in the past, maybe what hasn't worked, like any challenges that you might have had with some of your marketing. Hey, Laura, how's it
Sorry.
going? Laura, you jumped in at the last minute. I'm so
No.
glad that you got the link to come on. Thank you for being
Yes,
here.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Laura, where are you in the world?
College Station, Texas.
In Texas. We have two Texas and one Massachusetts. That's me. So awesome. All right. So what I figured we could do is like maybe if you guys do you have anything in specifically that you would like to get out of this today? Let's just start there. Any specific questions that you have? I definitely have some stuff to show you, but I want to make sure that we get to where you're at. Anything in particular? Have you guys ever had any things that didn't quite work out in the past before? You tried and then it was like, meh, meh.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sometimes I feel like even my gift set promotions kind of go but sometimes. Like unless I put a certain type of energy behind them, I find that like they don't sell as much. Did you guys buy gift packages this year to sell?
Uh-huh.
And
Gift sets.
yeah, the gift sets, yeah.
They're always
How do
cool.
they work for you guys? Do they fly off the shelves? Do people buy them?
Um, our hair ones are doing well. Our spa ones, we just got in last week. They haven't done anything yet.
What's your
Our
brand
skincare
for
ones.
spa? What's your skincare brand?
Eminence and Rhonda Allison.
Yeah. I was Eminence for years, and they're beautiful. I mean, Eminence is such a gorgeous line. They're expensive though. That's part of it too.
Yeah,
They're very high
yeah.
price. So it might be worth on those maybe doing an email to specific VIP clients that get lots of spa services, just to specifically let them know that those gift packages are there. How about you, Laura?
Our
Are you
our
doing
gifts, yeah, our gift sets are flying off. I don't even know if we'll make it to
December?
yeah, honestly. But I wanted to hop on because I feel like, we've been Summit since 2008, and I feel like we've kind of run through a lot of the promotions. We've done a lot of things. So I kind of wanted some fresh ideas, especially with our social media marketing. We've done wish lists for years. They did great, and now it's fizzled. And I don't know if it's because staff's like, oh, I'm so overdoing that. I don't know. I just kind of wanted.
What is the wish list about? How does that work?
Basically, we've created these cute little papers, and they fill out some things that they want, and they put who they want their Santa to be. And then we have staff members call and be like, hey, these are some things that people are wanting from here. We'll make it easy. We'll wrap it and deliver it to
Oh,
you.
that's really cool. Yeah.
And
Oh,
it worked, but I think I had some good support staffers that were really good at doing it. And now it's like, blah, blah, blah.
right. A lot of promotions, to be totally honest, are very much driven by our guest service experts, by our front desk staff. And one of the things that I found that works really well for the stylists, and we have these conversations a lot in my staff meetings. We talk as a group about the promotions that we're going to do. And the reason why is because even though I do this for a living and I'm the director of brand development for Summit, I feel like when I just create the promotions on my own, I don't get buy-in from the staff. They just kind of flop a little bit. So I've been including them in the conversations a lot more often about what we should be doing for the next round, so that they have a little bit of skin in the game on it as well. And it's worked a lot better. But having some sort of talker at the station, whether it's a framed photo of your promotion, or if it's I'm sorry if I go in and out. I just gotta notice that my internet was unstable. Whether it's like a framed thing, or if you can get little station clings that go to on the actual mirrors themselves, that just gives kind of a visual clue to the service providers, and the guests might ask questions about it as well. So that's something that I found has a lot of help. I want to show you guys a couple of things. I'm going to share my screen. You all see my Zoom screen. So these are the promotions, just to kind of start with there, that we are doing in our salon for November, December. The first is obviously a reserve to win. And I think that it's important that we think about rebooks, especially for January, February. Do you guys find that it's a little slower in January, February than it is in November, December, right? So if we can do some sort of enter to win, we can get people to book their next visit while they're in the salon, and then we can help to secure those January and February reservations. So for us, what we're doing is reserve your appointment for January, February, and be entered to win a $500 gift card. So it's a big prize, and we want it to be a big prize. So that way people feel like they want to do it, and it's something to talk about. So we've even done things like gotten a bicycle. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen all that, where you have like a fun prize in the salon. I'd say when we're doing these kind of enter to wins, it's really important that we do something really fun with and otherwise I think they kind of tend to fizzle. Of course, we're promoting the holiday sets. And then we do a specific gift card promotion. And in our town, one of our salons is, we have like a Chamber of Commerce thing does a bag day, but you can do this around Black Friday as well if you wanted to do a Black Friday sale on gift cards. What we do though is, because I don't ever want to encourage you to discount gift cards ever, we use our loyalty program. So do you guys both have loyalty programs that you're using through your salon software?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but we don't like ours at all.
Okay.
So we try not to tell anybody about it.
Okay. Well, I think that loyalty programs are really, first of all, very powerful. And just to kind of talk about that for a second, I remember one time I was visiting my dad in Florida, and I needed some shampoo. So I went to Ulta to buy like little minis of Pureology. And I was standing in line. And when I got up to the register, they were like, "Do you have your Ulta loyalty?" And I was like, "No. I mean, why would I have an Ulta loyalty? I typically buy products wholesale from my salon, right? I never even go in there." The person behind me in line literally kind of jumped up to the counter and was like, "Can I use my card on your purchase?" They literally wanted to use their loyalty card on the purchase. So like, I think people do really have a strong attraction to loyalty programs. So if any way that you can find opportunity to lean into a loyalty program.
What do y'all use?
We have Envision. So our loyalty program actually assigns points based on purchases, and then we can redeem points based on whatever they want to purchase, right? So
we have Envision too, and maybe we just don't understand how to set it up correctly.
Sure. So I can absolutely go over that too at the end. Laura, what are you using for software?
We have Mevo. We love our loyalty program. We are in arguments with Mevo of how they count it as cash in. So it affects our P&Ls, it affects our commissions. Like, I've been in a long time argument with them about how that is bad business.
Because it's not real, not real cash.
So
Right.
anyway, I love my loyalty program. We love all that. So I just have my manager, she has to go in and manually edit everything at the end of the week. It's a nightmare. So
Well, I'll go over the Envision with you, Adrian. Like, we'll do that at the end. I'll show you what I do. But basically, for like a gift card promotion, like if you do it around Mother's Day or you do it around Black Friday, we give bonus loyalty points for all gift cards purchased. So in our company, what we're doing is we're going to offer 20% loyalty points. So if somebody buys $100 gift cards, they'll get $20 worth of loyalty points. If they buy whatever denomination they buy, they'll get 20%. And if we are doing that for a week, we can sell like $10,000 worth of gift cards in a week. And why are gift cards important? I mean, I know that you guys probably know this, but people that have gift cards, they buy more and they come in more often. That's just all there is to it. It's mad money. So it's not really to do anything with the cash. We just put the cash away, and like, don't use it, but it's not about cash flow. It's just about getting that spend. And what we find is it increases the average ticket of the salon company overall. So utilizing your loyalty program with gift cards could be a really great promo. Another promo around gift cards that I think is powerful are grab and go gift cards. And I don't have an example to show you, but we've bought like the pillow packs before. Have you ever seen those? They're from Uline. And like when the ends fold in, it looks like a pillow, right?
Mhm.
We just get
Mhm.
the craft colored ones. And then we buy like Rafa of all different fun colors or holiday colors. And we pair up like either little things from our boutique, like earrings or minis with the gift card. And what we do to make it easy for our guest service experts is we preload gift cards at $50, $100, and $150. So they're all inside and wrapped up. And then because we have the scan cards, we literally just took a photocopy of the code on the back, and then we just scan the piece of paper on the photocopy in order to activate the gift card for the guest. So that way they don't have to worry about taking the gift card out of the package and like putting it back in. Or you could just do it by having them do it and put it inside. But grab and goes tend to be great for things like office parties, you know, all the Yankee swaps, things like that. And if we just put it as part of our 4-step checkout, did you have any staff parties or anything where you need a little gift, right? We have these great grab and goes. It's not just a gift card, it actually includes a thing, which I think people like, right? And we just say that really explicitly. At least you have now an item to give, because gift cards can be a little impersonal. Has anybody done that
Do
before?
you attach it to a name?
We call them grab and go, grab and goes.
So those particular gift cards just don't have a name attached to them.
Oh, they don't have a name per se, right? Because it's almost like the gift cards that we give out when we're donating to charity, because it could go to anything.
Yeah.
Right? Or if it is for
Yeah.
something specific, we'll have that conversation with the guest, because we do like to assign gift cards to a client in case they lose the gift card, then they can still have the balance there and they don't lose it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that we do there on that side. I think that aside from promotions, though, there's lots of other ways that we have to consider marketing in our salon company through the holiday season. So I want to share a couple more things with you. The first is making sure that you have a holiday gift guide. So this is a gift guide for one of my salon locations, and we put it out as a blog. So it's also driving SEO. Basically our 2023 holiday gift guide, to be totally honest, like you can take this offline and put it right back up the next year as your gift guide again. Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel every year, but it's something that you would actually create as a blog on your website. You want to make sure that you are hitting upon all the products that you sell, right? Or gift cards. And then you take this and you push it through social as well, right? So every time you do a blog, you have to push it through social. That's how we drive the traffic to the website. So if you have link in bio on your Instagram, you can drive people to the website that way. If you are using Facebook, obviously, all of those are linkable. And even in stories, you can do a story and a story highlight, and you can have links in there as well. So that's another way to get around not being able to link in an Instagram caption. Another thing that we want to do is we want to actually use the opportunity to send something out that's maybe not directly around buying something, but just hits on the spirit of the season. So I just posted this on my other salon, and it's just about gratitude and mindfulness, because it's November and we have Thanksgiving coming up. I did a blog post on gratitude. And I wanted to make note specifically of these components in this blog, because are you guys blogging at all for your website? It's something people hate doing. Honestly, I think you should try to do it once a month, right? Blogs really drive SEO on your website by providing keywords, but also if you do it this way that I'm going to teach you, it really boosts your SEO with Google because of what's called your authority score. So you can see here in the blog that I have these links. This is like you hover over and you see the link. There's one here, there's one here. These are links to websites that have high authority scores in the minds of Google. So in other words, they're experts. And what we want to do is try to get Google to see our website as an expert, and then they put it up higher. It used to be that the search engine game was all about keywords, making sure you had the right words. Well, lately, in the last like couple of years, Google has decreased the value of that ranking, and and they've done it in favor of increasing this thing called authority score. So here in this sentence has always been a powerful tool for mindfulness and self-care. It goes to an article from Psychology Today about gratitude and self-care, right? So it's really kind of basic to do. Have you guys ever played around with ChatGPT AI to write a blog?
Mm-mm.
Is it?
It's so easy, right? And there's a free version. It's chatgpt.com. And then you just have to you have to register for it. I didn't spell it right.
Oh.
It's OpenAI, chatgpt.openai.com. Sorry. And then basically this is what it looks like. It like looks kind of, it's not very not very sexy looking at all. But down here is where you would actually type your prompt. And you can see here, I wrote a prompt, write a 500-word blog post for a salon company. The topic is gratitude as a form of mindfulness and self-care. Include backlinks from other websites with a high authority score. And then it just spit this right out. I'll put it in the chat. You can copy and paste it. So I'll put in the chat of this what the prompt was. Boom, boom. Let me use that, everyone. Okay, there you go. And so do I copy and paste this directly in? No. I copy it, I put it in a Word document, and then I kind of change it around a little bit. But like by a little bit, I mean it takes me 10 minutes. I just add like our salon name. I change some of the words. They tend to use words that are a little, I don't know, too flowery or too elevated. It just almost sounds inauthentic. So I don't want to say dumb down the words, but I definitely like take the words down to a more conversational level so that it reads like a, you know, 1-column article in Allure magazine. Like, I don't want it to be this novel, not trying to win a Pulitzer on this thing, right? But the entire thing takes me probably less than a half an hour a month to do, right? I'll show you some other ones just so that you can see. See if it has them. It keeps like a history of all of them. Oh yeah, fall hair care tips, right? Write a blog post, trick or treat, hot hair tips for fall weather. Right? So I literally said, write a blog post, trick or treat, hot hair tips for fall weather. I like gave it a title, and then it just popped this whole thing out, right? And lo and behold, I definitely used it. And I really like think that you should, you know, that's how I do them. There they are. So ChatGPT is your friend. It's really, really easy to use, and it's free. So you guys, I can start looking you up now and seeing blogs every month, hopefully. And then the other kind of piece to that, I don't know if you guys send out newsletters. Does anybody send out emails or newsletters or utilize email marketing at all?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Email marketing, I think, is like the kind of hidden gem of marketing right now that salon companies need to take advantage of. And I'm gonna like push off a little bit into just marketing in general for you, but if we're all together, I just want you to hear this. So on my website, in the footer is what's called a lead gen. And for us, it's just the same as our referral program. Receive $20 off your first visit. I just want them to put their email in and hit send. Typically, somebody's lying in bed at night on their phone. It's 11 o'clock. They're rethinking their life. And they happen somehow upon my website and they end up putting their email in. I get about 100 of these a month, right? So that's 100 leads that may or may not have ever booked an appointment in my salon. I use Constant Contact because I need something that's outside of my salon software because I'm going to be marketing to people that aren't necessarily clients. So if I go to Constant Contact, And I do this for other salons too. So I'm just going to show you a salon in California. We did the gratefulness blog for them as well. And when people sign up, it actually creates a little list in Constant Contact. So these guys just started doing it, and you can see they have probably like around 50 something, I think they have. Yeah, 94 people have signed up for theirs. So 94 people plus the emails that they have in their salon software. They're a little salon. But then every month, what we're doing is we're actually creating a newsletter through here, and we're sending it both to their current salon clients and to all of those leads, right? So here's a version of the October newsletter that we did. This was the trick or treat hot hair tips. A newsletter is always just a teaser of the blog with a link that drives them to read the rest of the blog. Whatever promotions are going on in the salon at that time, they had leader promotion and a Redken ABC promotion. And then I say a featured product, featured service, or featured staff person, and you can just rotate through the whole thing. Again, the idea is we keep it simple. The graphics that we use for the promotions are the same ones we would put up on Instagram or the same ones we would have in salon. And then again, like I just find some cute picture. There's a website called Unsplash, if you've ever used that. It's one of my favorite free stock photo places. They have really cool photos that don't look so, I don't know, stock photo-y. That's where I think I got this one from. And again, now we're touching not just our clients, but also people that might have signed up for that $20 off. And, you know, especially if you're grabbing a younger clientele, maybe they want to get extensions in your salon or they want to get that balayage, but they can't afford it yet. But if they're tooling around on Instagram and they happen to enter to get the $20 off, over the course of a month or so, you might be getting a couple of touch points in, which would compel them to choose your salon. Any questions about that? Any questions about that, that type of strategy?
Nope.
Can you show it again? Because I want to see what all you put in the newsletter.
Yeah, so the top is always just a link to the blog post. The middle is whatever promotions are happening. They happen to have like a little event happening in November. And then the bottom is either a featured product, a featured service, or a featured staff member. And it's always the same.
Oh.
So
featured, and y'all do featured staff, featured product every month.
No, I actually just rotate. So if I did a featured product, the next month I do a featured service, then I would do a featured staff member. There's just one that's in there. And again, if you don't want to do it through Constant Contact, you can absolutely do it through your salon software, which is fine as well. And I think you're talking just to your current guests, but it's still a great way to keep in mind with them. Any thoughts about that? I just think that email is an untapped place. And I think, you know, if we're talking about email too, since we use our salon software to send every week an email with all of our current openings for the week. And we have our guest service expert create the email, and they use a template in Canva that they create. So they're utilizing Canva to create like some sort of template of openings. And the openings are, it might look like this. Let me see, so I'll pop it up on Instagram. It's not every opening.
You're cutting out, Tim.
Am I cutting out? Sorry that I'm cutting out. How about now? Am I back? Sorry about that. Sorry, guys. I must be having some issue with my internet. I'm back.
You cut out starting when you talked about the support staff sending out the email.
At the beginning
automatically sends it. Yeah.
So every week we do this. If I go to Herdis, see. This would be one that my staff does, but they kind of look the same. They look just like this, right? So Kiani did this for her own self. So it's like openings that she had. And here's another one by Charlie and our staff. I don't really police the branding of it. I just want them to do it. And I encourage them to. But this is just an example. My guest service expert does one. And it looks a little bit more like this. I'll go into my Envision and show you. So see how it's literally just from like a Canva template. So we'd have like a picture up top. And then every Saturday, actually, the guest service expert on Saturday just updates this template and sends it out. And what we're really trying to do is just include, like, try to include every service provider that has an opening that week. And we're always trying to make the service openings be elevated openings. So it wouldn't be just a regular haircut. It would be like our signature haircut, the treatment, a custom highlight, things like that. So that's what we're sending out every Monday. And honestly, you guys, our guests are so into it. They thank us for doing it, because when it comes to last minute appointments, it's your guests that are really going to want to take advantage of those last minute
appointments. Are you sending that to everyone in your database?
Everybody that's been in the last year. So we create a list of just the guests that have been in the last year. I mean, honestly, you could do the last 6 months. I don't think you need to cast a wide net on this. It literally is like a service for those current guests that you have. Like, oh, I have a holiday party coming up, or oh, I have this, or maybe my appointment was in 2 weeks, but it would be so much nicer to get it done this week instead. So I don't have to think about it next week. There's just a million reasons why your current guests would want to take advantage of last minute openings. And whenever we send this email out, we get people saying like, thank you, that's so helpful for me to know that that's available. I have more stuff that I want to show you. This is an event that one of my clients is doing right now. It's that same small salon there in California, kind of in a suburb outside of San Francisco. And it's a sip and shop event. So basically they picked a strategic partner or a charity that they wanted to donate to. And they have a bunch of local vendors that are coming in and bringing like unique holiday gifts that are for sale. And they're going to have like a signature cocktail and almost like a little party or a reception in the evening. So here's an example. I created this webpage for them and it's under community. But this would be like the nonprofit that they're supporting. It's called 10,000 Lunches. It's the kids, helping create bagged lunches for homeless people. And then these are the various local vendors. So they're turning it into almost like a little pop-up boutique for one night only. And then 10% of all the retail sales go to the charity.
Do they have so we've kind of toyed around with that idea, but we have a boutique. And so I've always been slightly hesitant because it just kind of hurts our sales, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think these guys do not have a boutique. I would maybe consider who I partnered with then. Like here in this case, it was like a little dessert company that I thought was cool. And some of these things, like this Yiji Knits, I looked up all these people. She does some stuff that's just super unique and kind of artisan-like. You could also, if you had any local makers in your boutique, you could just feature them and actually have some of them come in, talk to the maker as part of the event. So I have a boutique as well, but it's actually not in my salon. It's just a separate business. And we oftentimes will have events where we have meet the maker, and like we'll have wine, almost like a reception for them. But if we partner it up with something like a charitable thing, it kind of fits into the holiday spirit, and it's just a really good way to drum up business, which kind of leads me to that second thing. Like, I think it's important that we lean into strategic partnerships when it comes to marketing. It's just another way to earn the trust and loyalty of our guests, and also expose us to potential guests. So we have a hot chocolate run in my town, and it benefits a domestic violence nonprofit in the area, and it's a hot chocolate run. So not only do we like have a team that runs in it, but we, make sure that that's really prevalent, and we have people sponsor us or not in the salon. But we also have guests that are part of teams too. It's like a big, big event. So what I wanted to say about this is, when you are looking for a nonprofit to partner with, I think number one, it should be like something that's really beloved in your community. Number two, it should be something that resonates with your team. So we did a survey with our staff to find out what kind of community organizations resonate with them. And we basically just had them like rank in order things like children and families, food security, homelessness, animals, right? Like, because one of the biggest, most beloved organizations is an animal shelter, and they like always raise tons of money, and they have lots of exposure. So by doing that, you actually can really expose yourself to a lot more people, and so it's worth a lot more. Also, too, I would say we've had a lot of success in our strategic partnerships when we try to bring in the people. So for this domestic violence, they have a shelter, and throughout the year, we'll give them like two $50 gift cards per month, so that they can give them to some people that live in their shelter, and they can come and get services, and it's anonymous. So like the gift card's anonymous. They don't have to give their name, or we've come up with a name that they give, because a lot of those people are scared or whatever. I've had partnerships with Big Brothers Big Sisters, where we have our pedicures. We would give away a pedicure a month, and so a big could take a little for a pedicure. It's just about bringing those strategic partnerships into the salon to make them a little more meaningful for the staff. So it's not just like, I always say, I don't want to just write a check. Like, we can do that all day long. We can give out gift baskets. We can give gift cards to this silent auction or that silent auction. But if we want to bring a lot of meaning to it, and the holidays is just typically a good time to get everybody in their feels. Do you guys have any kind of partnerships that you have right now with nonprofits, or something you do every year? Yeah.
We used to do the salon-a-thon, kind of like a cut-a-thon, and we would just pick a different organization every year. This year we just did with Pink Alliance. It's a big breast cancer awareness group here in the Brazos Valley. If you wanted to wear pink to work, you had to pay money, and then the salon's just going to match whatever we raised.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've seen people also do like little pink, pieces of like little tape-ins of pink hair too, like great for fun. And just, anytime you can, like, going back to that sipping, shop, anytime you can create any kind of buzz in the space, I think it's fun. Especially to kick off the holiday season or something like that. Obviously, we don't want to disrupt in the thick of it all, but early November is a good time, I think, to do something like that. That, I think, is all that I actually have to show you for promotions and strategic partnerships, email marketing, blogging, all of that around making sure you have a gift guide. Those are the things that I really recommend that we start to lean into. If we want ideas around promotions, I know that this has been maybe done to death, but the most successful ones in my salon are ones that have some sort of big prop. So we do the spin and save thing, and I got it off of Amazon, where like you write it in with dry erase marker what you want it to be, and it's pretty large, like, you know, and it was like, I don't know, $25 or something. That one is super successful. Everybody loves that. We do it with cards as well. So pick a card, and so number cards are 10% off, face cards are 15% off, and the aces are 20% off. And then what you do is the service providers actually get the card, and then every week, whoever has the best poker hand gets a prize. And then we put all the cards back in and do it over again. So, and then the last one, I haven't done it, but I have clients that have done it, is they've done bingo. And literally, again, it's just about the prop. It's not like a bingo card, but you can get one of those little machines that turn and spit out the numbers, and like B's would be worth something, I's would be worth something, N's would be worth something, G's would be worth something, right? So again, it's just getting the guest service experts in the act of doing something at the front desk to get them excited. Like, and you know, you could have the things that they earn be like, oh, you get double loyalty points on your retail purchase today. That could be that. You don't even have to give away a thing, right? Like if you do like your loyalty program and you already have guest service experts that know how to manually do stuff with it, you could use that as well to give away. Because I don't like discounting stuff all the time. You know, sometimes I want to just make the money too, right? So any questions, comments, suggestions? What are you guys going to do this year for your holidays?
We always do the like purchase a $100 gift card and you get a $20 spa voucher. So then they come in, and then that is a discount off their service when they come in, and we make it not start until January.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I love vouchers because you can put as many rules on them as you want, right? And they can only last till February if you wanted, right? So
yeah,
they're great. You print them out, little printed out vouchers.
yeah.
Great.
But I'm definitely interested in hearing more about your loyalty program, because we used to have a really good one, and that had a little app and it would keep track of it, and that company went out of business.
Yeah.
So then that's whenever I started using Envision, but we've never been able to really.
I'll show you exactly. Once we'll stop recording and I'll show you how to do it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think having the voucher program is really good. I really highly encourage you guys to do the rebook one as well. Like that one is just, I think, a no-brainer, because we do want to secure all those future reservations for January and February. So like you don't have to give away $500 worth of stuff. But you know, for me, I really think that if you use a really robust prize, that people are going to participate even that much more. I mean, in my salon, I would say we have around 65% rebook, which I'm actually fine with. I think that's pretty good. We do have a high new client percentage, which, by the way, is the metric that you're really trying to move the needle on. You want to grow your market share in the company, in your community. You want to be measuring your percentage of new clients every single month, right? So it's just referrals plus new guests divided by total service guests. Don't count the guests that just come in to buy retail, just count service guests. And prior to 2020, I was living at around 13%. During the pandemic, I had a lot of time to implement a lot of this marketing stuff, and started working from home instead of my salon, which actually gets a lot of stuff done that way. And I've been over 20% since 2020, since we reopened. And I think it's because I do that email marketing, I do the blogging, I do like all the things. And I know it's a lot, but you know, when
it's consistency though.
It's consistency. And I try not to like make it so onerous. Even when I'm training salons, it's like once a month, just do it. And with ChatGPT now, it's like, okay, great, you know. Also, too, make sure that you're pushing your promos through Google Business Profile. And lean into Canva for your graphics if you don't have somebody already that's, doing that. Do you guys use Canva?
Yes.
It's like Canva and ChatGPT, right? I'm sure, like, even in the business that I'm in, where we do websites and we do all of this stuff for our salon clients, like this, it couldn't get easier now for you guys to do it yourself. So they have all these great templates. And then, of course, making sure that you use those to push through Google Business Profile. Actually, while we have a second, let me just pop into Google Business Profile.
No, I think
Are you guys in your Google Business Profile often? You really should be in there every 2 weeks at a minimum. These are just a bunch of salons that I work with. So let me see. Here's mine. The first thing that I want to point out is you have to. Here's the thing. So wait, let me just back up for a second. Google Business Profile is important because, Lauren, what city is your salon in?
College Station.
Clark Station?
College Station.
College Station. Okay. So best hair salon, College Station. And I'm not putting you on the
Putting me on the spot.
right. So this is what's called a 3-pack. These are Google Business Profile results, right? It's very different than web results. These are web results. And Yelp is always like the first result because we can't beat Yelp's SEO. If somebody's on a phone, I'm going to just switch down, it would look like this, right? So that they would see this. More often than not, they will hit more businesses. And once they do that, the only results that they see are Google Business Profile results. The rankings from Google are totally separate on Google Business Profile versus web rankings. So Google Business Profile is the most powerful search tool for small businesses, where the search is going to be the type of business and the town that it's in, right? Bakery in College Station, hair salon in Austin, right? Those types of searches, we really want to lean into Google Business Profile. So I say get in there every couple weeks. And the way that we show Google, which by the way is a robot, it's not a person, so it's not personal. The way that we show them that we're a relevant search result is by being in here and adding to, changing, editing all the various parts of our Google Business Profile. So the first, yeah, go ahead.
Does it change? Because I just typed in best hair salon in College Station.
And you got different results in the 3-pack.
Yeah. Does it change?
I'm sure it's different because of location, because I'm in Massachusetts and it knows I'm in Massachusetts.
Okay.
But yes, it totally changes. And even like in the top 3, like.
Because we came up first this time and then it was like 2 other ones. That's why I was wondering. That's
yeah,
weird.
like mine will move around in the top 3 as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you have holiday hours in here. So special hours, right? Veterans Day here, Thanksgiving. Notice I don't have Christmas in here yet because I don't want to actually do it. It's another opportunity to go in there and do it. So I'm going to do that in December. This is one really easy way to tell Google, hey, we're in here. A lot of times I'll go into salons and they have like several years worth of holiday hours in there. That actually tells Google that you're not going in here very often. So it can actually hurt you. Google will also make a bunch of suggestions, and you want to make sure that you're accepting or not accepting the suggestions that they make. Social profiles, look, see how this is new? This is a brand new thing. So this was not in here last time I was in here, which was like a week ago. So they're constantly adding social profile. Oh, Instagram. Okay, great. So what's the web address for Instagram? Here's our Instagram, just so happens to be up. And then boom, I can put that in there and save. So now I just told Google, hey, I'm in here. I see you. I see that you're new, right? Like that's really important. Another thing though that you can do in regards to promotions is usually when you click down here, there's a thing called add an update. When you go to add an update, you can add an offer, and an offer would have like a start date and end date. You can use the promotions that you're doing for holiday and then just use the title and then drag in the picture of the Canva that you made. and they kind of pop up. Okay, they pop up towards the bottom. So here's an example of one that we did. Spread fall feels, refer your friends and family, and receive double loyalty points. That's $40 on your account. And that was like our last promotion for October. So I have to update them. And then sometimes I just actually take whatever the most popular, Instagram post was and repeat it. That's another great thing to do. So that kind of covers almost like all the channels that I think are important. Google, website, social media, blogging, strategic partnerships, email. That's 6 different channels to promote yourself. I mean, holidays or anytime. That was a lot of information. Remember, this is recorded and you can go back and watch it anytime you want. But I've just been like kind of having this to-do list, and every time I talk to salons like you, I'm just kind of running through this to-do list. And if we can get, 75% of it done, then you're doing better than every other salon in your market. And it's going to really help. So hopefully this was useful.
I loved it. Thank you.
Good, yeah. I'm gonna stop the recording now. So everybody that's watching the recording, happy holidays. And I hope that you guys sell, and everybody has fun, and everybody rebooks for January and February.